Hello, everyone. This is Blackgirl Podcast, and I'm your host, Nisha B. I want to introduce the podcast. I want to talk about what it's going to be about. The podcast is about mental health, especially in the Black community. This podcast is going to be talking about things that most people want to talk about but are too afraid to talk about, like rape, being touched, being physically abused, mentally abused, trying to break generational curses that we, especially in the Black community, need to break free of. And not just only in the Black community, but in all communities. We need to be able to speak up about those who have done things to us, maybe to our kids and to everyone. I just want to let you know that we are important. Our kids are important. Our men are important. Our women are important. And these are the things that we should talk about in order for us to heal and to be able to connect with one another. I know that sometimes it's hard for us to talk about these things, especially because most of us grew up not knowing what mental health was about. Most of us grew up to learn to be quiet when something bad happened to us, especially if it was a family member who molested us, physically abused us, mentally or physically. And I want to be able to talk about that. If you go back and listen to my first podcast, I already talked about some of the trauma that had happened to me. Luckily for me, I had a family who I was able to talk to about those things. And yes, I was raped. Yes, it was somebody in my family. Yes, I spoke up, meaning I told my mom, I told my brothers, I told my friends, and they all believed me. I just did not want to go the extra mile as going to court, because my mom asked me if I wanted to go to court. Do I want to press charges? I just said no because I did not want eyes on me. But I'm healed. I've been healed from that a, a long time ago, but I am very, very conscious and very protective over my son. And not only over my son, but my little cousins. I'm very protective over them and will always and forever be like that towards him. And when he have kids, I would be very protective over them as well until the day God called me home. So I want to try to break generational curses. For now, I will be the only co-host, but hopefully I will have guest co-hosts and have people who's able to talk about some of the things they've been through, whether it's dealing with rape, whether it's dealing with mental health, whether it's dealing with a eating disorder, or whatever the case may be. And my podcast would not be always that heavy. We will have fun podcasts as well. We will talk about things that's fun, like how to make money and things of that nature. I just wanted to come on here and share what the podcast was going to be about, because I don't believe that I did that in my first or my second episode. And I want to thank everyone who has listened to me this far. Thank you for the encouraging words. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for everything. Even the part that people don't like, which is the criticizing part of it, which I personally am built for. I personally do not mind. Um, as long as you don't attack my character, because my character is everything to me, especially because God made me and I know how He made me. My mom raised me right. My grandma raised me right. So, with that being said, I think that is all I wanted to come on to share what the podcast was going to be about. And that is breaking generational curses in the Black community. That is talking about mental health in the Black community and talking about things of those nature. How can we as Black people, especially Black men and Black women, come back together? Because honestly, we are torn apart. And I can admit that at one point I was like, screw Black men, because of the things that I personally been through with them. But have I given up on them? I have not. But don't get me wrong, I would love to be with a Black man. If not, I'm okay with being with someone who is mixed with Black and whatever other color. I'm just saying that. So I want to say peace out and thank you for listening to Blackgirl Podcast. And again, I'm your host, Nisha B. I hope that all of y'all lovely people, men and women, have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful night. And may your tomorrow be better than your today. Love you all. Bye.